So here we are. It's 2021. I know it seems like we've been through a lot in the past year, and we absolutely have. I know that the holidays have been a challenging time for so many of us, and we're probably breathing a sigh of relief that all of that drama is over, especially on top of everything that we experienced in 2020. However, I do want to let you know that there is something big that's coming up, sort of similar to the holiday season. And that, of course, is Valentine's Day. Now, just like how the holidays and Christmas and all of that has a big cultural impact on us, even if we're not, religious or celebrate Christmas or anything like that, we do still feel the sort of momentum wave of Christmas coming upon us. And the same is true when it comes to Valentine's Day as well. Now, obviously, Valentine's Day is not as big of a holiday as Christmas, but, since we are here talking about relationships and, since it is a, relationship kind of holiday, I think it is something that is going to be on people's minds in the next few weeks, and it is going to be something that probably does influence how we interact with one another. So just know that, yes, Valentine's Day is coming up. I know it doesn't seem like it's very close. It seems like we just got out of the holiday season, and it seems like Valentine's Day is way out there. But, when you look at a calendar, it's like, there's only like 6 weeks between, the beginning of the year and Valentine's Day. So it is coming up. With that being said, you are probably going to experience something similar to the holiday expectation effect during Valentine's Day, or at least during the 2 weeks leading into Valentine's Day. Once the page of the calendar flips and it's February, people suddenly have this like Valentine's Day realization, and then it's like, okay, that means I can start doing all of the things that I probably shouldn't. Grand romantic gestures and planning for elaborate gifts and all of this sort of stuff that, you might have felt an inclination to do during, December. It kind of comes back again. I've seen this year in and year out. Both December and the first half of February are this, difficult, challenging time for a lot of people because of, holiday seasons, because of expectations, because of people, thinking once again that they can get away with a lot of the things that, we've cautioned against during the whole holiday season. So just know that you're probably going to be feeling a lot of similar impulses, like the grand romantic gestures, the romantic confessions, the, big elaborate gifts and all of that sort of stuff. But just like we were talking about in December, it's probably not a good idea. Again, it depends on everyone's situation. If you and your ex are like coming back together, you're pretty close, you're like almost back together, then, it totally makes sense to get a gift and to do the, romantic stuff. But if you're not connecting really well, don't think that, having a gift or a grand romantic gesture or something is going to push your ex over the edge to the point where they're going to fall back in love with you. It's probably not going to be the case. The usual rules, if you want to call them that, still apply. Everything that we've talked about in previous videos, like connecting on an emotional level, building that emotional foundation, leveraging that emotional foundation, all of that sort of stuff. It still absolutely applies. We just have to watch our own mindset and how we think about it. Are we thinking like, oh, well, it's different right now because it's Valentine's Day. It's okay for me to confess my feelings. It's okay for me to beg and plead and apologize. It's okay for me to, buy an elaborate gift or something like that. If it's not something that you would normally do, like if the two of you are not in a good emotional place, build that emotional foundation first. If you already have that emotional foundation in place, then it definitely could make sense for you to actually go out and, buy a romantic gift or confess your love or something like that. But, we don't want to think that just because it is Valentine's Day that, it's like an exception to the rule, that a Valentine's Day miracle is going to bring us the relationship that we want. That brings us to the other point, which is about miracles, okay? Again, like with Christmas, I know that there are some people out there that think, well, okay, I'm just going to, hope for a miracle here. I'm just going to hope for, some sort of Valentine's Day miracle like you might see in a romantic comedy or something like that. Now, obviously, I think consciously we all know that this isn't how things work, but, on some sort of deep emotional level, we kind of want this to happen. And so I want to caution you against this. You're most likely setting yourself up for disappointment unless you're doing things to actively build up that emotional foundation over the next, few weeks here. So please do what you can do to be your own miracle. Start putting in the work to build that emotional foundation, like what we've talked about in so many videos on this channel. We have an entire playlist on emotional connection. Check it out. It's right up there in the video card section. But what you want to be doing is spending the time now to put in place the things that you need to put in place to actually have a good Valentine's Day experience, if that's something that's even important to you. Other things to keep in mind. Let's see. First of all, I guess additionally, we've already talked about a few points already, but next point is that if your ex is in a rebound relationship, don't expect them to end that rebound relationship. I mean, especially if they're still together, in the beginning stages of February, don't expect that to end before Valentine's Day. And once again, just like with Christmas and the holidays, no one wants to be the jerk that dumps someone right before Valentine's Day. Oftentimes people are going to try and white knuckle it through Valentine's Day. They're going to hope that things get better. They're going to hope that they somehow hold it together. They're going to delay the breakup if there is some sort of breakup that's sort of pending and looming on the horizon, and they're going to get to February 15th, 16th, 17th, and then if there's still problems, that's when things really start to surface and come apart. But they're probably going to try to force the relationship to stay together through Valentine's Day, either out of guilt, I don't want to be the kind of jerk that dumps someone right before Valentine's Day, or they're going to hope that, hey, maybe we can make it work, maybe the power of love alone or something can pull us together, or maybe they're just trying to hold it together for external appearances. They want it to look like they have something great and wonderful in their life on Valentine's Day so they can post the thing on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. So just know that people are going to respond to Valentine's Day a little bit differently. You might feel an impulse to do it. Your ex might feel an impulse to do it. But underneath all of this, the core fundamentals of what we talk about on this channel are still the same. They're still in play. People may also feel this impulse to kind of take the passive route and say, well, hey, if you want it, you should contact me on Valentine's Day. If you feel something for me, you should contact me on Valentine's Day. And this as well is something that can cause people to take the passive route. Again, I don't encourage you to do this because it's kind of a covert contract. It's setting you up for disappointment. It's setting you up for resentment. It's setting you up for a lot of, contempt and bad feelings, bitterness, and all that sort of stuff. If, your ex doesn't come forward and say, hey, happy Valentine's Day. Hey, I really love you. Hey, for all the troubles that we had, you're still the best partner I've ever had, or, whatever. Don't set yourself up for that. Remember, just focus on the fundamentals, okay? If there is something that does materialize on Valentine's Day between you and your ex, if they do call you, if they do text you, if they do confess their love for you, okay, great. That's icing on top of the cake. You can take it from there, but I wouldn't go in there expecting it, especially if there isn't a great emotional connection and a great emotional foundation between the two of you right now, okay? But, now in, January, that is obviously the prime time to be putting in the hard yards of building up that emotional connection. Obviously, also the first half of February is a great time to do that as well, too. But just remember, if you want a miracle, if you want a Valentine's Day miracle or a miracle on any other day, you have to put in the work to be your own miracle. You can't play this passive game of, well, they broke up with me, so they should be the one to come back to me. They should be the one to make the first move. Sure, in some sort of, theoretical, philosophical way, maybe that makes sense. But is that how things actively work in the real world? Probably not. We've talked about this many times before in other videos about, why your ex, might not be making initiative attempts with you, and why you may have to just kind of be the one willing to take the initiative. You're the one that wants the connection, and they, for all I know, maybe they do want it, but at least, for a lot of people, their ex broke up with them and their ex doesn't want it. And so if you want to form something between you and them, then you have to be the one to take responsibility for that. And at least for now, until you actually have that emotional foundation in place, be willing to take the initiative. That's what I really want you to know about the whole Valentine's Day experience. Again, if you want a miracle, you have to be your own miracle. You have to put in the work during these upcoming several weeks leading up to Valentine's Day to make that happen. Don't count on a miracle. Don't sit back passively and wait for it to come to you, put in the work now, and also let it be okay if your miracle doesn't come on Valentine's Day. Let it be okay if it comes, you know, in the back end of February or maybe March or something, or whenever it actually materializes. It's totally okay. Just because something doesn't happen on a specific date or a specific time doesn't mean that it's worth less or anything like that. It just means that there's some other obstacle that had to get taken care of first before your ex felt emotionally ready to open up to you in that sort of way. But anyway, if you do want some help, if you do want to work with us in a deeper way, we do have a survey that you can fill out. There's a link to it down below. And, you know, based off of how you fill out that survey, you know, we can go ahead and direct you to various services and various courses that we have, various ways that we might be able to help you. But feel free to go ahead and submit that survey down below. And, you know, if it makes sense for us to work together, we can go ahead and, you know, give you the resources to see what that might look like. But anyway, once again, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please make sure that you hit that thumbs up button. Helps us out with the algorithm, helps us out with this YouTube channel and all of that. And if you do want to learn more about how the holidays influence your ex, you know, not just Valentine's Day, but other holidays as well too. I mean, obviously, a lot of the holiday dynamics carry over into Valentine's Day. But if you do want to learn more about holiday dynamics, please check out this video series over here, or you might want to check out this video right here. But anyway, thanks so much. Please take care, and I'll talk to you next time.